All right, folks. We're doing this week's wings recipe as a Cajun dry rub um, recipe for 2 pounds frozen wings. I had this recipe, had it yesterday, and a couple of things. To be honest with you, the ingredients, the rub itself was nice. I don't know if I followed the directions right or if the wings just weren't working, but I had a hard time applying the rub to the wings. The recipe called for doing the rub onto the wings before it went cooking, and I think that they needed to be a little bit more defrosted. But anyhow, it was a fun recipe. Wanted to share it because I think you may like this Cajun style buffalo wing recipe. And I will always have the recipe, the ingredients, and the instructions on in the comments. I do appreciate your watching, and let's get cooking and let's go. All right, let's make our dry rub. We're gonna start off with a tablespoon of paprika. You can do regular or smoked for the richer flavor. I'm actually gonna go to regular paprika today, and it's gonna be 1 tablespoon. There's a paprika. Looking forward to these wings. Got WrestleMania Night 1. A younger boy and I are watching. Let's do 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Let's do our garlic. Here we go. 2 teaspoons. 1. Look at this bright colors of the paprika. 2. 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Try to do. Onion powder seems to be kind of old. Let's get this taken care of. Hold on. All right, got the onion powder in. You can see there's a little bit of clunk in there. I had to fix that. I thought this was my special stash, but I think it's our older stash. So next time I go to the store, I try to get some more onion powder. It does require some salt, and I don't have that with me right now, but I'll get that in a bit. But it does require 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Here's our brown sugar for today. Premium sugar, non-GMO sugar. Let's get that in there. Let's do the 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And I may not put the salt in there, we'll see. I might just do it to taste. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Here's our black pepper. 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Adjust to 1/2 teaspoon for less heat. I like to have it spicy, so I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Love the cayenne pepper. To get a little bit more sweetness along with the sugar, we're gonna do some ground cinnamon. We're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon. Oh my gosh, all the things I've been doing the teaspoon for has been 1/2 teaspoon, so we gotta go fix that. That's a 1/2 teaspoon. Let's go 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. We'll go back and fix that in a bit. And then here's our teaspoon. Cooking is nice because it doesn't have to be perfect. But if you see something wrong, you can go back and fix it as always. Here's oregano. And let's get that in there. And that's 1 teaspoon of oregano. And half a teaspoon of thyme. There we go. Great Value is a Walmart brand. I do a lot of my shopping at Walmart. I go there in the morning time, 6 or 7 in the morning before the people are there. A lot of shoppers are there, and I can really get the stuff done. I get a really good value, good price on my stuff there. And people are friendly that, you know, folks there working are really friendly at that point too. So, do you need to go back and fix something? I had said, let's see, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I must have put in 1 teaspoon because I did 2 half teaspoons. So let's get that fixed. And then I said 2 teaspoons of the onion powder. This is always a good one. There's 1/2. This is the onion. What I have, so 2 teaspoons of that, and then a tablespoon. And then I think I got caught up after that. I think I got the pepper right, but let's put a little bit more pepper in there just in case. I cannot remember. All right. And I'm gonna take the spoon and stir this up. While I'm doing this, I actually have the air fryer warming up at 350. I actually set it at 380. Preheat the air fryer. Look at the texture, look at the colors. My younger boy, when he eats wings, he prefers the dry rub. And my last recipe wasn't dry rub for the wings. So I wanted to make sure I did it right for our WrestleMania for tonight. WrestleMania Night 1. Be interested to hear your comments. Do you like the dry rub or do you like the sauce? What's your preference? I like it either way. I've always had the sauce, but I've been doing the dry rub a little bit more since he likes it, and I've been liking that as well. I just like wings. Wings, and more rings. Okay. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna go ahead and toss the wings, 2 pounds of frozen wings with some oil, and then apply our dry rub to it. All right, let's go. All right, folks, let's get the wings ready. I got the 2 pounds of frozen wings in a big bowl. I have a teaspoon, and we're gonna put 2 teaspoons of oil on there first. It helps keep the rub attached to the chicken. And then we'll go ahead and apply the rub here. I tried this last time in a Ziploc bag one time, and it wasn't as successful, a little bit more messier. So I'm just gonna toss that around, get that in here. And of course with chicken or frozen chicken, you wanna go ahead and wash your hands thoroughly afterwards. Or probably wear gloves when you're doing this. All right, folks. Let's apply a little bit of rub. Here's a nice rub we made earlier. Get that turned around. And the air fryer is warming up right now. 380. Actually, I got it at 350. I'm gonna bring it up to 380, to be honest. That's okay. Let's get some here. WrestleMania is beginning to start for day 1. So I'm getting excited. Gotta get the wings on, cooked up. And decided to go with some French as a side for my wings tonight. Our wings. All right. We're gonna let this, after I get it tossed around a little bit, I'm gonna let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes to let the seasoning start to penetrate. All right, folks, let's go. All right, folks, let's go. Let's get these wings cooking. I got all 2 pounds frozen into this basket. Ouch. And we're gonna do 18 to 20 minutes, and I'm gonna flip it halfway through. Let's go, wings. Let's start cooking. All right, here we go, folks. Here are the wings. Haven't tasted it yet, letting it cool down for a bit. But with the smell, the aroma, I think it's gonna be quite nice. I appreciate you watching, as always. The ingredients, the instructions, and the recipe will be in the comments. I really appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did cooking it. And until next time, let's get cooking and let's go!